Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all already know how I get started. It's gonna get real deep. Y'all already know how I get started. Black Girl Interrupted. What's up, y'all? Oh, y'all already know who it is. It's your girl Ash. Y'all know the creator, founder of Black Girl Interrupted. Ah, y'all, welcome back to another episode. I gotta breathe through this because I really honestly believe like this is the most transparent that I've ever been on my podcast. And I've been doing this what, 2, almost 3 years maybe? And I think it's time. Um, made a post yesterday. And I think that again, y'all know that I'm always transparent when it comes to doing my show. But I've never been as transparent with y'all as I'm about to be tonight. And I'm ready. Uh Scary. I'm afraid, but I'm here. Um, some things have transpired in the last few weeks that I've just come to the realization that I have to accept. Um, but y'all already know before I even get started. Y'all let me know, can y'all hear me? Let me make sure. Hold on, wait. Something sound a little. Oh, wait. Oh, hold up. I think I know what it is. All right, here we go. All right, that sounds much better. I had to do some adjusting. Um, but quite a few things have transpired over the last few weeks. That have really started to take a toll on me, not only mentally but emotionally and physically. Um, and I'm tired. I'm physically tired. I'm emotionally tired. I'm mentally tired. And the only way for me to get back into my space is I have to release and I have to learn to accept a lot of things for what they really truly are and stop begging people to stay in my life. Uh y'all already know how I get started. Um hey sissy, I love you too. But y'all already know how I get started. Y'all already know I do my mental health check-ins. Uh y'all know I've never started a show like this where I'm just already emotionally drained or already emotionally charged now. I've never started a show this way. But no time like the present. Uh, no time like me to finally let go of the trauma, even if that means separating myself from people permanently. As hard as it is for me to do, I have to take back my control. I have to take back my power that I've allowed so many people to have over me. I have to take care of my mental because it's only one me. And for the first time in my life, I have to accept things for how they are. Ugh, I don't know, y'all, my internet, like, Xfinity has really been tripping over here. But I really have to take responsibility and just love people where they are. I have to meet people where they are and accept that they don't wanna be in my life, and I'm okay with that. Does it hurt? Absolutely, but I have to let go. So, y'all already know before I get started, I have to do my mental health check-ins. I need to know how everyone's feeling. Today is Tuesday. Um, I've labeled this Transparency Tuesday because this is my moment. This is my time for me to be as transparent as I can be. So before we even get started, y'all already know I don't know what's going on with this. Hold up. Y'all wait just all right, we should be good now. I think that's better. I had to move some things around. But see, that's the devil. The devil is not wanting me he's not wanting me to share my story because he keeps disconnecting my microphone. My internet is going in and out. But you know what? God got me. And that's all that matters to me right now. Is God has me and I'm ready. So before we even get started, let's do our mental health check-ins. I need to know how everyone is feeling. Today is Tuesday. This is a start of a brand new week. Um, I hope everyone's feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good mentally. I hope you guys are feeling good emotionally. I hope you guys are feeling good physically, spiritually. I hope you guys are in a beautiful space. Um, hey boo, I love you too. I do. I promise I do. Y'all don't understand. Like, y'all really just do not understand. Like, my microphone keeps disconnecting, and that's because the devil, I'm telling you, he's busy. Oh, he is busy. This devil is so busy right now. I'm telling you, my microphone keeps getting disconnected. But we gonna work through it. I promise you. Baby, I can't wait till Friday either. Today is gonna this week is gonna be a really short week for me. Because I did take a couple of mental health days off. I did. I took 2 days off. So I go back to work tomorrow. Um, but I needed that time. I needed this time to I needed to mentally rest. I needed to mentally reset because I have to show up for me. I have 3 children who really honestly just don't even understand how they keep me going. Look at that. I'm telling you, my microphone, it just keeps disconnecting. I'm over this. All right. Goodness, I'm over this, but I'm gonna do this show tonight. Like I don't even care what the devil have to. I'm telling you, he's trying me. He's testing me. Oh Lord, have mercy. Come on. Five, four, three, two, one. Let me breathe through this. But I'm gonna do all of this. I promise you. Natalie says she can't wait till Friday. She said the devil is always busy. Oh, trust me, I know, because he got the best of me this weekend, and I let him. Javert says I'm doing the best I can, but I'm pushing through. I know because I text you Saturday. Hey Dre, hey Bubba, how you doing? It's good to see you. Uh, but let's get this done. So let's jump into it. I always, like I said, before I start any show, y'all know I always have to play something motivational, something inspirational, because I always have to keep you encouraged. I always have to keep y'all empowered. Even when my energy is low, I still have to stop and I still have to find the time to pour into people. I still have to find the time to love on people because love is what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going. I'm telling you, this here, Jules says, "You got this, sis." Yeah, if my microphone stops disconnecting, I could have everything. But I guess anytime you try to get up here and you try to give some type of positive, um, you try to push out positivity, the devil always tries to come in and take it away. He always comes to seek, kill, and destroy. But here we go. Again, tonight is Transparency Tuesday. Tonight, I'm gonna be very transparent. Imma let y'all know what's really been going on with me. What caused me to explode. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. This is I'm over this. My microphone just keeps disconnecting. Let me see if this way is gonna work. Y'all know I have never had a show like this where I've had this many technical difficulties. Baby, I'm telling you, he working on me. He really. All right. So before we even jump into the conversation tonight, I do want to play a video that I did come across. Y'all know I always play something motivational, I always play something inspirational, something uplifting, something empowering. I always play something like that. But I definitely, definitely hope this encourages and empowers somebody. So here we go.
Listen to me, man. You have a great life in front of you. But your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. What you did back there ain't got nothing to do with what God got for you. What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. But what God got for you, do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up and you can turn around and get it right. Do you understand that? Do you understand that you could have had a baby out of wedlock and still be all right? Do you know that you can be divorced multiple times and still be okay? Do you understand that you cannot have a degree and still be just fine? You want to know how I know? Because I'm telling you what I know. I lost everything twice. I don't know if you've ever lost everything before, but I've been bottomed out twice. I done seen rock bottom 2 times. I've been through some walls up in here, man. I'm just trying to tell you, man, God is really with you. You ain't got to believe me. You ain't got to believe me. But keep doing it without God. Let me know how it worked for you. Matter of fact, write a book on how to make it without God. Because I want to read it. I want to read the first page. And then I want to read the last page because there ain't going to be but 2. You can jack your life all the way up. God is in the forgiving business. You can make all the mistakes you want to make or think you shouldn't make. God is in the get it together business. If you got dreams and visions, I got news for you. God is in the make your dream come true business. He did it for me. How he won't do it for you? A lot of y'all better than me. I'm just going to flat out tell you. Most of y'all ain't done what I had to do to get to where I am today. You just ain't had to do this type of dirt. You ain't been homeless. So you ain't had to scrap like me. Most of y'all didn't come. You're not old as me. I've overcome it all because I have a relationship with him. And you can listen to me and tell that I'm not a perfect person. I am not a perfect Christian. I have my flaws. I am a flawed human being. But guess what? You are too. You ain't got it all together. I dare you to say you do. I make a lot of money, man. But guess what? I ain't got it all together. I'm hurting. I'm hurting, man. Everybody tripping through something. Everybody, I don't care who you are, you're going through something. But if you got God, you can make it. I'm just telling you this little piece of information. Look, I don't see most of y'all most of the time. So you're sitting here, you're kind of looking at me a little bit odd. Why Steve talking like this stuff? I'm just trying to put you on game. Because let me tell you, all y'all want to be successful. And you want to be happy, but you got to get there. It's a shortcut to getting there. The shortcut to getting there is the relationship with God. If you try it without him, you're going to fail miserably. You're going to sink, man. It's going to be ugly for you. Now, this is what you got to do. Identify your gift and get busy with it. God gave all of you a gift. Identify your gift. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Get busy at that. If it's drawing, if it's teaching, if it's sharing, if it's caregiving, he put that gift inside of you. He didn't hide it under a rock or put it under the mountain or put it on the mountain somewhere. He put the gift in you. And you look at me any kind of way you want to. What I'm just telling you is real. That's how you become successful. Identify your God-given gift, what he gave you at birth. If you do that, God will open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive. I am telling you, that is a fact.
I don't think y'all know how many times I've watched that video. And really grasp the concept that God really does have me. I don't think I would really be sitting here today if it weren't for him. I've had a troubled childhood. I did. Was never really close with my mom. Was never really close with my dad. My dad was not very active in my life. But I begged for him to be in my life. Even when he didn't. And in the midst of that, I caused I don't know what's going I'm telling y'all my mic just keeps going in and out, but Imma push through. Let me see if that's gonna help. I don't know what's going on, but let me get through the comments first. Jewel says Satan be busy. Yeah, he does. Hey, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. I may have to do it without this mic tonight. I don't know, but for some, it just I've never had this many problems. But anyway, but my father was never active in my life. Tisha, she sends me hearts and diamonds. I love you. this without this mic. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to figure it out. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know, can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Maybe it'll work this way. I don't know. Maybe it'll stop cutting out on me. I don't know. But Black Girl Interrupted, since Black Girl Interrupted started, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Please let me know. Can y'all hear me? I tried to change it around, but I begged and begged and begged and begged for a relationship with my father for many years, to the point where it caused a great deal of strife between me and my mom. And this went on for many years, to the point where out of the house, I was still in. I hated my mom because I loved my dad. And in my, I believe he told me my mom didn't want us to have a relationship, and he would send money to me, but my mom was spending the money. And I believe this. So in all of that, I grew a great deal of resentment for her. And it went on till I was about 16. She sent me to California to go live with him. Because there was nothing more I could do with you. You wanted to be with him, I'm gonna send you to stay with him. She sent me to stay with my dad. I was angry at her, but I was excited because I finally get to be with my daddy. After years of begging, I get to California. I get adjusted into my new school. You know, I'm running track, but I'm homesick at the same time because I don't have any friends. So I get in and I start meeting people. Till one day my father came home. Well, I came home from school, and my father said, "Ashley, come in here for me. Come in here right now." My father beat me for a good 15, 20 minutes. And then left and went to work like nothing. So I called my mom after he was gone, and I told her what happened. And she said, "Ash," she said, "you take as much stuff as you can when you go to school the next day. And you call me and you let me know what time your flight lands in Houston." So I said, "Okay." I get up the next day, I go to school because I didn't see my dad was gone. I didn't, I would in the mornings, but I did at night. So I get to school, I'm bruised all on the back of my arms, my legs, my back. I couldn't sit. So I went to the nurse. Police were called, CPS got him. I called. The police are taking me to foster. I'll get her. I'll take her. And we begged until finally the social worker said, okay. My mom flew in the next day.
And that was the very first time I ever seen my mom cry. And I think that was the day that changed her. Because she blamed herself. We go to court. I come back to Houston. But I'm still begging for a relationship with this man that just had literally beat me days before. I come back home and I'm worse than ever. I'm out of control. I'm wanting to do my own thing. Still begging, calling my daddy. And mind y'all, this man just literally beat the hell out of me. But I still wanted it. Me and my mom, I don't think we've never recovered from that. I was very disrespectful child, very disrespectful. And it got worse as I got older. The anger, I'm grieving the loss of this relationship with my dad. I'm fighting with my mom. I move out. I leave. I no longer want to be in a house. By this time, I'm 18, 19 years old, smelling myself. I leave. And I wind up in a very abusive relationship. From the time I was 17 till I was 21. To the point this man threw boiling water on me. And I still wanted to be with this man. Because I was searching. I wanted to be loved by a man so bad because I wasn't getting it from my dad. But mind y'all, my mother is still helping me through all of this. I get out of that situation, I go home. I recover. Then I get pregnant with my son. One of the happiest days of my life. I had my son, but I didn't want to be a mom. I wanted to party. I wanted to club. I wanted to be in the streets. I love the title of mom, but I wasn't ready to be a mom because I felt like I had to play catch up. Because in the midst of the time I'm in this relationship from age 17 to 21, I didn't go and do what teenagers did at 17, 18. I got kicked out of school. I failed out of college, trying to figure out what the hell I want to do. Then I get pregnant. My mom is still there. We were good for a little while. I get pregnant with baby number 2. My daughter. My first daughter, because I have 2. I still want to be in the streets. The tension was really mounting between me and my mom. At this point, it's physical. I'm cussing out. She's all kinds of bitches, hoes, everything. That's what I'm doing to my mom. A woman that had just saved me, 7, 8 years prior, this is what I'm doing to her. And no matter what I did, forgiving, she kept forgiving. She kept letting me come back. I leave again. I'm in Atlanta now. My mom is taking care of my children. Because somebody had to get off of this ride. I go to Atlanta, everything's good. I get arrested. Not once, but twice. 2 felonies. I'm looking at 20 years. Now, mind you, my mom is still standing in the midst of this storm with me. I'm still angry, still begging for a relationship with my daddy. In the midst of all of this, y'all, my mom still comes through. She still comes through. Then in 2007, my mother's diagnosed with breast cancer. It changed, right? Got worse. She let me come back home. We fought. 2 years after my mother's died, I had my 3rd child, my baby girl. By this time, I'm working. My mom's letting me use a car to get to and from work. She's still showing up for me. But we're still fighting physically. I'm going to jail. I'm angry at her because how could you do that to me, your child? Still disrespectful. Still cussing out. She's still bitches. She's still hoes. Yeah. The last and final time I leave. I come back to Atlanta. My mom told me, she said, once you leave, you can't come back. How could you say that to me? I'm your child. But parents get tired too. I leave Atlanta, I go to Mississippi. I'm in a mental abusive relationship now with a man respecting me. I tell my mama all of this. You can't come back, Ashley. Why? She says, once I got you out of my house, cool. I had to swallow that pill. And I finally buy me a car. I'm begging her now. I got a job lined up here in Houston, Mom. She said no. Cool. So I started making my own plans to come back to Houston. I was either going to sink or swim. I decided to swim because I had sunk for too long. Finally, things turned around and I moved back to Houston in time to see my son graduate from high school because that was my promise to my children. In the midst of this, my children are seeing this. My children are experiencing this. My children are going through this. And not one time did I stop to think about them. So I get back to Houston. I'm in my own place, got a job. I bring this man with me. A lot of dead weight. Me and my mom were cordial at this point, but I'm still really not dealing with her because I'm still angry at her because I begged you to let me come back. I just needed somewhere to stay for a few months until I was able to get my own place. I had a job and everything lined up. She told me no. Thing that I was going through with this guy, she told me no. So I was devastated because again, how could you do this to me? I'm your child. I'm your daughter. Now, mind you, in the midst of all of this, my mom is still showing up for me. So I get back to Houston. I'm here, I'm working, I'm in my own place, but I'm ready for my children to be with me. But was I really truly ready for my children to be with me? I'm in this toxic relationship, a relationship I knew was for me. I brought a man with good for me, but I didn't want to be alone. So I settled. Conversation with my mom, but it always gets heated. I get too emotional. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm cussing. I knew that. Then after this man leaves, 2019, me and my mother get into one final blow up. One. But let me back up a little bit because me and my son have gotten into a physical altercation. But I'm a double back to that one. So me and my mother, 2019, get into our last and blow up. I want to say 2018, 2019. And she called the police on me and told the police I had jumped on her. I never put my hands on my mama that day. Never. Yeah, I did. She was bitches. She was whole. She was everything that day. And I told her on that day, it was November, I want to say November of 2018, I want to say is when it was. November of 2018, November 2019. But I know it was in November. I told her this was the last time. And I told her the next time you call the police on me, I'm going to beat the fuck you and I'm really going to go to jail. I said that to the very same woman that gave birth to me. That's what I told her. I told her I'd beat her down like a whore in the street. I told her that. Am I proud of that? No. Now that I look back, no. But at that time, yeah, I was. And so when I got home that night, I was done because I couldn't believe that I had told the woman that had given me life that I would beat her like a whore in the street. And that was the day. I knew I had to fix it. I had to fix me. I had to make it right because you don't ever tell. Regardless of whatever the situation is, you never tell the person that gave you life anything like that. Now, have I told her I've hated her? Yeah, absolutely. I've told her that. To that magnitude, absolutely. Have I told her that? Yes, I own that. But I never with her. And I think it was just years of frustration, anger, resentment, and me not knowing how to channel that anger elsewhere. I had put holes in her walls. Oh, yeah. Tore up stuff in her house. Yeah, I had. Broke things. I was like a Tasmanian devil. I was out of control. But I can't blame nobody for that but me. So I start healing. My son wrote me a letter. And basically told me he loved me, but he was embarrassed to tell people that I was his mother. That he was no longer afraid to express to me how he felt. My daughter wrote me a letter. She pretty much said the same thing. My children gave me an ultimatum. You fix yourself or we're done. Some of y'all don't understand. My children have been my life. I wanted to change at that point because I hated the person I was becoming. I hated looking in the mirror. But 10 years ago, you couldn't tell me that. So I got into therapy. I started peeling everything layer by layer. And the first person I needed to address was my father. Because in that moment, I wasn't mentally ready to talk to my mom. I wasn't mentally ready. I wasn't in a great state of mind to talk to her. So I addressed my dad. I addressed my issues with my father. And some very, very difficult questions that I needed answers to. And in that moment, I think my father was able to be transparent with me because he told me, he said, Ashley, I wasn't ready to be a dad. He didn't know how to be a dad. My father was a womanizer. My father had multiple women. My father has had multiple children. He apologized to me for him beating me the way that he did when I lived in California with him. And I didn't do any of this for anybody. I did it for Ashley. Because I don't think a lot of people understand what trauma does to you. I don't think a lot of people understand what that does to you mentally, what it does to you physically. But I begged and I asked God, please fix me. I wanted to be okay. I wanted to be normal. But I knew it wasn't an overnight process. I knew it wasn't. I knew in order for me to get comfortable, God was going to have to make me uncomfortable first. And when I tell you that was the most uncomfortable time of my life, it was. And I didn't realize how many people around me really truly love me. My mom does love me. I think she does in her own way. But I promise you, my mom has never been the same since my father beat me. My mom just was never the same after that. So I'm in therapy, y'all. I'm on my road to recovery. I'm on my road to healing. I'm spending time with my children. I've made amends with my dad, but I still have yet to have a conversation. Then there goes my sister, who owed. I was mean. I said things to my sister that my sister didn't deserve. But I felt like my mother resented me because of my dad and the things that my dad did to my mom. So I hated my sister because I always felt like my mother loved her more than me. I always felt like she treated us differently. I felt like I was a reminder that every time she looked at my face, she saw my dad because I looked just like him, exactly like him. So I felt maybe that's why she hated me so much. I don't think it was all that I had done. I think I was a reminder. We're cordial. We're getting along. We talk, but I still have yet to sit down and have a conversation with her. Up until a few weeks ago, me and my daughter, we get into it. My daughter told me she didn't need me for anything. She's me all over again. So I can't even be mad at her because I took my children through the same cycle that I took my mom through. So I tell her, I'm done with you. That's what I tell my daughter. I'm done with you. You get your own insurance. You figure out how you're going to go to school. I'm done. I'm done. But trying. But I go back and I tell my daughter this. But prior to that, y'all already know, my father passed away. And I'm going to go back to where we are now. So my father passed away. We're not speaking at the time. I'm angry at him because my father had been in and out of the hospital a couple of times and he's not letting anybody know. So I'm angry at it. And we don't talk. I had the opportunity to call and I didn't. And my father passed away. I go do everything I can to bury him. But I called my mother, the one person that I knew. And all she said to me was, Ashley, I'm sorry to hear that. No emotion. But I didn't have time to deal with that in that moment because I had to get to Alabama. I had to go get my dad, I had to get all these funeral arrangements. I had to call and notify family, all of that. Now I'm dealing with guilt. I come back to doing my podcast as an escape. Not really dealing with it head on. I take a break, a big break from doing something that I love, something that I enjoy doing, something that I try to pour all of my energy into. I'm carrying this. Still trying to show up for y'all. I'm still trying to love and support y'all. But I'm grieving. I'm hurting bad. Then I meet my future husband, June 2021. My niece's body is discovered July of 2021. How much more are you going to keep taking? March of 2022, my godmother passes away. The one woman that I can call and talk to about anything. But again, y'all, I still have yet to sit down and have a conversation with my mother. My world is in shambles, but I still show up when people need me. I hit rock bottom the end of 2022. I'm behind on bills. At this point now, I'm on medication. I'm on antidepressants because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat, nothing. Only person that knew what was going on was my better half. And he really tried to be there as much as he could for me, but he's had his own. The one woman that I felt like I could call and talk to was gone. Burden people with my problems, so I hold it in. Is now the right time for me to talk to my mom? No. I prolonged it until a couple of weeks ago. Me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, let me say that, my oldest daughter, we get into it. This is when she says, "Oh, I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I could do this on my own." That hurt because I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to make it right with me and you. I want you to know that I'm here. Whenever you need me, I'm here. I'll never do you the way my mother did me. So my mother comes in the midst of the conversation. Me and my mother exchange words. And then that much needed conversation that I needed to have came out. And I was able to finally tell her, "You hurt me. At a time that I needed you the most, shut the door in my face." I needed her. If I couldn't run to anybody else, I needed my mom. Because she had always showed up for me. Always. But this time she didn't. And I couldn't understand why. All these years you have been showing up. Why not now? She told me, she said, "Oh, after I closed the chapter on our relationship a long time ago." And that stung. The woman that gave me life, you done with me? She said, "All the years of disrespect and you calling me bitches, I'm done." And that hurt. Now, mind you, my anxiety is already up, had been up. And so I asked her, "Why?" She said, because I don't want you to hurt me anymore. And at that point, I said, is it because I remind you of my daddy? Am I a constant reminder? I said, because I'm not him. She said, because you wanted him more than you wanted me. She said, and that man did nothing for you. She was right. He showed up at the end, though. He did. And she said, I'm good with where we are. But she didn't tell me, she told my son. And I think that's the part that hurts the most is because you got my children involved. Regardless of what beef or issues you have with me, you talk to me and leave my children out of it because now my children are torn. Am I perfect? No. Have I made a lot of mistakes? Yeah, I have. I own that. I eat a lot of that every day. But I'm human. And at that time, I didn't know. I didn't know how to channel my anger. I don't vent or how to be open with people. I didn't know. So what I did was I retreated. I was angry. I lashed out at people. I destroyed things. That was releasing and know it wasn't healthy. But that was all I knew how to do. That was all I knew how to do. But I fought. I fought. And I fight every day. Hold on, y'all. I got a lot of comments. I'm so sorry, y'all. So BFF sent me some songs. BFF says I'm fighting every day to do my due diligence to be in my daughter's lives, but I don't want them to ever be because I don't want them to ever feel like they don't know what love is from a father. There's my cousin. There go my sissy. There go my other sister. There go my Bubba Mike. Hey, Bubba. Hey, my girl. That's my girlie. She says, so proud of you, Ashley. Keep doing the work. Kalila says, hugs, sis. Mike says, I know it hurt, but she's afraid you're going to go back to your old ways towards her. It's a complicated situation. And I gave her that opportunity on Saturday. So me and my mother had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. So I'm still trying to process. I'm still trying to take all of this in. So Saturday, we're supposed to go to this horror film festival, me, my children, and my sister. We had already decided, okay, I'll be at the house at 10:30 because the event started at 11. And what I'm about to share with y'all, I'm not proud of. But I can't change what happened. So Saturday, I called because I woke up late. And when I realized what time it was, I called and I said, okay, I'm be walking out the door. I'll be on my way. I'll be there shortly. They tell me, oh no, Granny's gonna let us use her truck. My sister's car is in the shop. So I rented a car for us to go. My anxiety is up. And I think it was because of the conversation I had with my mom a couple of weeks ago. So at this point, I'm angry now. This is Saturday. Just what? Today is Tuesday. 3, 4 days ago. I'm enraged. I don't want to go now. So I break my phones. I throw them. My mother tells me, Ashley, I thought you were past that. All I could say to her was, at least I didn't hit nobody. That's what I told her. Now I don't want to talk to anybody because I couldn't believe I had gone back into a place that I've been fighting so hard to get out of. I've been doing so good. I'm so disappointed in myself, you know. So I didn't talk to anybody. I shut down. I had pulled out every pill bottle in my bathroom because I was done. Because I had allowed myself to go back into a space that I fight every day to stay out of. Because it's like, damn, I'm doing it again. I had come so far. I had accomplished so much. And here I am, doing the very same thing that I said I would never do. So now I'm without 2 phones. And my mental is all over the place now. I wanted to die because yet again, not only did I disappoint my children, but I disappointed myself. So here come these intrusive thoughts. I can't do anything right. Everything I touch, I messed up. So what's my purpose? Why am I still here? And for the first time in my life, I finally was able to be honest with my mom. And I told her, I say, in the last 4 years, I've attempted suicide 6 times. And in that moment, my mom told me, she said, Ashley, you have so much to live for. I don't think y'all even understand how that made me feel to hear that come from my mom. But that also opened up another door for another conversation for me to really express to her and tell her, you would know these things if you would call and check on me. Y'all don't call me, I call y'all. The only one that really does call me is my baby girl. My baby. So I figured my children don't want anything to do with I'm still here. I ask God every day, why do you keep waking me up? Why do you keep giving me another day here? And I just can't get anything right. This is what I say. I'm being honest with y'all. Y'all wanted me to be transparent. Well, here it is. This is what I ask him every day. Why? Why do you keep waking me up? Why do you keep allowing me to walk this earth? Why? Until I heard my mother tell me why. And I'm going to hold on to that. She said, Ashley, you have children. You're about to get married. You started the process of buying a house. And that stung because for once, she showed up. Oh, she showed up. And she told me, she said, Ashley, come over. So I don't know nothing. Because now I'm trying to stay balanced. I'm trying to stay focused. But then I realized only God has kept me. I have a purpose. To my children, I owe that to him, to them. My children deserve that. My children deserve the world. I can't go back and erase anything that I've done or said. But I can fix how I go forward. To my mother, I get it. I respect it. It hurts. I get it. To my, I get it. I gave y'all the ammunition to say, we knew it wasn't God. So now I have to reset. But one of the things that I'm not going to do, I'm not going to allow people to keep holding my past over my head. I'm human. I messed up. I say things that I'm not supposed to say. I do things that I'm not supposed to do. I react in ways that I'm not supposed to, but I'm human. I don't sit and try to pretend that I'm because I'm not. A lot of people are saying y'all. Like I don't think y'all even understand how horrible of a person I was. I didn't know how to be a friend. I didn't know how to be a mom. I didn't know how to be a daughter. I didn't know how to be a sister. I had to relearn all of that. But one thing I will say, I'm way better than what I was 5 years ago. And that's one of the things that I have to hold on to. Because my mom did say, well, yeah, we haven't gotten into it in a long time because I told her I was tired. Because I told her I didn't want to do this with her anymore. My mama's all I got. My mama has always, even Saturday, she showed up. So right now, I have to separate myself until I get my mental back on track. It hurts, but I have back into me. I have to sit down and I have to realign what I started this healing journey for anyway. I don't think y'all understand. to react the way that I did over something so minor cost me a lot. One little small decision can cost you a lifetime of pain. And I'm tired of hurting. I'm tired of carrying this weight. I'm tired. I'm physically tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm emotionally tired. I can't carry this pain and this trauma no more. So today was the day that I had to release that. Today was the day. I'm going to get back on my medication. I have to find a new therapist. But I know I don't want to be in that place anymore. Because sitting in the dark is a lonely place. I'm going to pull those blackout shades off my windows. I have to reset. I have to refocus. I have to know, why do I do Black Girl Interrupted? This is why. This is the happiest place that I'm at in the whole world. And that's right here on this podcast. The happiest place. Y'all bring me so much joy, regardless of the conversations. The way y'all show up for me. I didn't one time ever stop to think about y'all. I didn't think about y'all. I thought about me and my pain and what I'm going through, and not realizing that my podcast has really helped a lot of people. I didn't realize how much joy I get out of doing this. I didn't realize how many people really sit back and they go back and they watch my episodes and they say, "You're so strong. I could never be as vulnerable as you are." Why? When I made that post yesterday, I want y'all to know I didn't make that post for sympathy, but to share my story. I made that post because I know there's someone that's sitting right now that might be going through exactly what I'm going through. There are a lot of things I want to address with regards to that post as well. Just because a person battles with mental illness doesn't mean they're incapable to give or receive love. That's not what that means. Because with a strong support system, you can help that person overcome whatever it is that they're going through. Someone asked me, was I healed enough to be in a relationship? Let me say this. When I met my soon to be husband, he was unemployed and going through a divorce when I met him, and still dealing with some things from his childhood. But with a good support system and a person that pours into you and encourages you and pushes you over that hump, love wins and conquers everything. The discussions that me and this man had prior, before even saying we're going to be in a relationship, I was very honest and open and very transparent about my past and my present. And he still chose me. So instead of asking, Am I healed enough? You should say, I'm proud of the courage and the strength that you have in you to keep going, to keep pushing through your dark days. That would have been the appropriate question to ask, not if I'm healed. Because there are people that may not have been through what I've gone through, or may not have experienced the things that I've gone through, and still don't know how to maintain in a relationship. But one thing I could say, my good, my bad, and my indifferent days, that man still stands beside me. So from now on going forward, that's how I'm going to start responding to comments of that sort. That's not a shot at nobody. That's not a dig at nobody. I'm giving you a grown-up response. Because on the good and the bad, that man is still here 2 years later. A man that loves me, a man that respects me, respects my children, and loves my children like they're his. I pray that love like that comes for everybody, because it's a beautiful thing to find someone that has the patience to work with you and not be so quick to throw in the towel. So to you, Raphael, Marshall, thank you. To my children, I owe y'all. Bear with me. I'm still a work in progress. To my extended family, my extended brothers, my sisters, my cousins, my friends, thank you for showing up for me. Thank y'all for not letting me fall. Y'all for being my, telling me, Ashley, you're chosen. You're loved. You're special. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for allowing me the moment to just lay in it for a minute, but still pushing me to get up. I appreciate y'all for that. I tell y'all every episode, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for not having no judgment. Thank y'all for encouraging me, because y'all help me too. I may not tell y'all directly every day, but I love y'all. Wait to meet some of y'all in real life. I can't wait. Because y'all have pushed and y'all have encouraged me. Y'all have told me everything that I can be. Y'all have told me, give yourself grace. Y'all have allowed me to just be me. Y'all have gotten on me. Y'all have chastised me. Y'all have taken y'all sandals off and popped me on the back of the head and say, I get it together. That's what y'all for me. Slept all day Sunday. I didn't get out of the bed. I didn't eat. I didn't do anything until I talked to my big brother. And my big brother prayed over me. I called him and I sent him a text, a message on Instagram, and I said, it's starting to get heavy. And my brother immediately picked up that phone and said, what's wrong? And I told him, I just need you to pray. I don't want to talk about it. I just need you to pray. He said, done, and immediately started praying for me on that phone. To my mom, I do love you. Do I have a fickle way of showing you I do. I'm sorry if I ever mistreated you or made you feel like any other person was superior over you. I don't tolerate you. I do love you. I just never knew how to show you. Because every time I said it, you were always followed by, I was always followed. I always told you that and I always followed up with something that disappoints you. But I do love you. Do I want to be better? I do. I don't want you to leave this earth not knowing how I feel about you because I do love you. I've always loved you. I loved my dad. I did. So I just ask that you forgive me. I understand and I respect the wall that you put up, but I'll never stop loving you because you saved me. You may not have realized it, but you did. When you started to tell me everything that I had to live for, I couldn't do anything but cry because that was the way I wanted her to show up for me, and she did. So to my mother, Joanne Pearson, I love you, fat cakes. As raw and uncut, I think, as I've ever been. When I wake up tomorrow, I get a chance to do it all over again, differently. I get a chance to get back into my happy space. I get a chance to do all of that. And I'm forever grateful that God has never taken his hands off of me. I'll keep doing beautiful and amazing things. I'll keep showing up for me. I'll keep showing up for my babies. I even got step grandchildren, y'all. Little old me. I feel relieved now. I feel free. I don't feel restrained. I'm finally free because my mother was the last person I needed to have a conversation with, and I did. So now I can let that part go and continue to grow through these situations. I got so many things I need to do before I leave this earth. I haven't even accomplished yet, but I'm free mentally, Not 100%, but I'm going to get there. Emotionally, not 100%, but I'm going to get there. Physically, not 100%, but y'all, I'm going to get there. I'm going to make it. I'm going to be all right. I want to win. I want to be able to get out and go see the world, y'all. I do. But I want to make sure that I'm in a beautiful and peaceful space. I'm letting it go. I'm going to separate for a little while, just until I feel I'm ready. I'm going to start my meds this weekend. I'm going to wait till the weekend, y'all, because I have to reintroduce that back into my body. But y'all keep praying for me. Again, don't take your hands off of me. I'm gonna get better. I want to be better. Let me say that. I want to be able to learn how to control my emotions. I want a journal. I want to start writing down my triggers. One foot in front of the other, though. I'm going to allow myself grace. And time. My neck doesn't hurt. My shoulders don't hurt. I feel free now. I really do feel free. I love y'all. But most importantly, I love me too. I have to be kind to myself. I have to learn to be gentle to myself. It's rough, but I know I'm going to get there. I know in 6 months, I'm going to look back on this day, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. And I'm going to remember it's not where you start, it's how you finish. And I've had a pretty rough start, but that doesn't mean that I won't have a beautiful ending. Because who I was, I will no longer to allow to define who I'm gonna be. Lisa says, yes, love, continue to stand in your truth. Jewel says, I love you, sis. Give it all to God and leave it there and have faith that God will work it out. Sending you the biggest hug. Miss Lisa says, understand it also hurt her to turn your way, maybe more than she will ever admit. She says, but please keep doing the work. We don't know the day or the hour. Time is fleeting. And it is. Kalila says, you do. Jewel says, remember what I told you last night. I need you to live by that from this day forward. Javert says, I'm glad your mom saved you. Mike, that's my Bubba right there. He says, you have a lot to live for. Always remember those kids first before making any bad decisions. That one, I had to heart that one. Kay says, because your voice needs to be heard, you have so much to say. My girl, Nikki Nicole, oh my gosh, girl, thank you. And I hope your business is still flourishing. My boy, Nutty P, he says, love you, sis. Kalila says, I could tell you that I've been there. It does take time. For me, it has taken years. Nutty says, that part. I love you so much too, cousin. Brenda. Nutty says, I always got you, sis. There go my girl Christian. She sends me a bunch of hearts. My boy Frederick says, I love you. I love you back. Nutty, you know I love you. You know I love you. And I want to say thank you for Sunday. Thank you. Because you asked no, all you said was, Ashley, what's wrong? And I just said, I just need you to pray, and you did. So thank you. But to y'all, my team, my crew, my extended family, y'all always come through in the clutch. I'm going to keep saying it because, again, I didn't realize how many people loved me the way that y'all have shown me. And y'all always show up. And for that, I appreciate. I appreciate that. I really do. Y'all just don't even know or even begin to understand that sometimes you just need to hear that I'm proud of you, or that I love you, or you're doing a good job. Sometimes we need to hear that. But we also need to hear when we fucking up. I need to hear that some days too, when I'm slipping. Everybody needs to hear that. Everybody needs to be popped on the back of the neck with Jesus Jerome Jackson sandal. Everybody does. You know, just to get us back on track. We all need that. And I want to give the biggest shout out to my manager for showing up the way that she did, for understanding, for pushing me and being my backbone and saying, I'm human first. So shout out to my manager. And you always come through. And thank you for giving me these couple of days to regroup and reset. I ain't never had a manager like you. So I'm forever grateful for you. I think one of the most beautiful things that I've learned, let me say that I'm still continuing to learn, is that even when you think you're by yourself, you're really not alone. Y'all ain't but a phone call away. Y'all did that. But I do finally feel free, though. Honestly, I do. I think this is the freest I've felt in these last few days. I'm free. I can move on. I can let go. I can. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for just being my support system tonight. Thank y'all for showing up like y'all do each and every episode that I have. But I do want to go into, I found some quotes, y'all, that I need to get like some sticky pads because I want to put these on my bathroom mirror so I can look at them every morning when I get up. One of the quotes that I found was, "Your transparency will lead to other people's transformation." Again, I didn't do this for sympathy. I did it because I wanted to encourage and empower somebody else that might be where I'm at. Another quote I found was, "Transparent." I'm so sorry. That first quote was by Trent Shelton. "Your transparency will lead to other people's transformation." That's by Trent Shelton. Another quote that I found was, "Transparency fosters a sense of trust and provides serious motivation." That's by Billy Boohy. I hope I said the last name correctly. But when you're able to be transparent, that's the motivation for you to heal. That's the motivation for you to keep going because you're letting people know who you are up front. So there'll be no surprises in the end. Another quote that I found was, "Transparency is key to reciprocal accountability, which we use to be both free and smart. It is the miracle tool that enables us to question the lies of monsters." That was by David Brin. And the last one, "Honesty and transparency make you vulnerable. Be honest and transparent anyway." And that was Mother Teresa. This one here is the one I want to say resonates with me the most, is because when I'm transparent, I'm vulnerable. I'm open. I'm honest because I want people to know that I go through what you guys go through. Yeah, you may see me smiling in pictures and I'm with my children, and you see me with my man, and you know, but a lot goes on behind the scenes. And now y'all know. Now y'all know what I've been dealing with from the beginning till now, even in between. I've never tried to hide or sugarcoat who I am because what you see with me is what you're going to get. So you can either choose to be with me on the bad days and not just the good, or not be with me at all. I'm not perfect. I'm going to slip and I'm going to fall. But again, what I'm not going to allow you to do is keep throwing my past in my face. I don't live there anymore. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to fall. But I'm human. And everybody makes mistakes. Like in my post, I've righted a lot of wrongs. I've done just that. And again, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress. As long as God continues to keep his hands on me, I'll be all right. As long as I keep believing, I'm definitely going to be all right. As long as I continue to do the work, I'll be all right. And I'm ready. And there's no cap. I'm ready. I guess you could say that's my final thought. I guess, maybe. But for the night, it's not where you start, it's how you finish. I was told today that I was the Harriet Tubman for mental health. I do these types of shows and episodes again to encourage somebody, to let you know that it's okay to not be okay some days. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to not feel like yourself some days. But it does matter that you continue to get up and show up for yourself. Don't allow yourself to live in the dark, because the dark is a real lonely, lonely place. And no one can get to you in the dark. Dance in the light. Dance like nobody's watching. Enjoy your life. Live it to the fullest. If you're a person that battles with mental illness, again, it doesn't mean you're incapable to give or receive love. Doesn't mean that at all. There are people in this world that are mental illness and go on to live. So don't let anyone tell you that just because you have a mental illness, that you're worthless. I made this post today telling people they're broken. Because I'm not broken, I'm cracked. Because see, broken means you can't be fixed. It can't be repaired. I'm fixable. I'm repairable. I'm able to be repaired, and you are too. We may have some cracks. We may have some bumps and some bruises, but we're able to be fixed. So stop telling people, oh, you're broken, because I'm not broken. I'm cracked. I have flaws, but I'm able to be fixed. You're able to be fixed. Speak positivity over yourself. Words are power. Show up on those days for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. Even if it's just changing your shirt or standing outside on your balcony, or maybe if it's trying a different food dish, something. But show up. Reach out. Learn who's for you and separate from the ones that aren't for you. I told y'all when I did my empowerment episode, in order for your flowers to bloom, sometimes you got to pull those weeds out of your garden, because those weeds will stunt your growth. There are people out here that really don't want to see you win. There are people out here that are really envious of a life that you don't really live, but they think you do. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. I hope that helped. I hope that encouraged. I hope that empowered somebody. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight, for pouring into me tonight, for loving on me a little harder. I appreciate that. Y'all are phenomenal people. And I'm blessed to have a circle of people like y'all around me. That's what I'm grateful for. But I'm most grateful for is my Lord and Savior, who's never taken his hands off of me, who's allowed me to go through what I've gone through to get to where I am today. I love y'all. And on that note, I'm going to end it there. But y'all don't forget to tune in to Black Girl Interrupted every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Black Girl Interrupted. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm everywhere. Wherever you guys listen to your podcast, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I want to know. Rate the episodes. I definitely appreciate that. Heart back to you too. Well, I can't never. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna work this out. There we go. Did I? There we go. I did it. There's the heart. Don't laugh at me. I can't never get my fingers together. But anyway, but y'all check me out. Don't forget like, share, subscribe, comment. Uh, you can subscribe to Black Girl Interrupted. I am on YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcast at. Definitely leave me some ratings, some reviews. Let me know what you thought about tonight's episode or any other episode that I've done. That only helps me to get better. But I love y'all. I do want to post some links. Anyone that's dealing with mental health, these are resources for Black men and Black women. One of the links up on the screen is blackmentalhealth.com/suicide/. There is the afsp.org. I had a couple of other links, but those were a couple of links that I did have still. If you know anyone that is, let me move this out of the way, that is at risk, or if you are in a crisis, please don't hesitate to call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255. There's the crisis line, the statewide crisis line, which is 855-274-7471. That's if you ever need help and you're in a mental health crisis. And there's another one, I believe is it pound 899 or star 899? I should have got it and posted it, but if you don't want to talk to anybody and you just feel better, texting, I believe it's 899. I believe that's what it is. But you can always text that number and you'll have a counselor that will text you back and will help you down when you're up on that ledge. But those are just a few of the resources that I found. But again, I just want to say good night to everybody. Happy Tuesday. I pray that everyone has a great rest of the week. I will see y'all Thursday. That will definitely be my empowerment episode where I just want to empower somebody, whether it's if you need me to pray with you, pray for you, whatever it is you need me to do, that will just be our empowerment hour. And then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programs that I have scheduled. But I has a beautiful night. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I love y'all. Again, thank y'all for showing up for me. It was very warranted. It was needed. And I'm absolutely humbled for the love that you guys continue to show me. So I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I will see y'all Thursday. Bye.